The world hums with invisible connections, pulses of data that travel faster than thought itself. Every heartbeat, every message, every transaction, every whisper of life moves through one vast digital web. But one day, imagine it all vanishing. The internet offline. Forever. At first, it's just confusion. People check their phones, reset routers, complain about Wi-Fi. Then, the silence deepens. Messages stop sending. Websites vanish. The cloud gone. Within minutes, billions of people stare at blank screens, unaware that the greatest collapse in human history has just begun. Across the world, satellites blink out of sync. Data centers go dark. Servers stop responding. The heartbeat of modern civilization flatlines. Banks freeze. ATMs stop working. Credit cards become useless plastic. Stock markets built entirely on data crash in seconds. Air traffic control loses communication. Pilots fly blind, relying only on instinct and analog tools. Power grids, smart cities, and water systems, all dependent on network control, begin to fail. Within hours, the modern world becomes a ghost town of technology. Cars pile up on highways as GPS navigation dies. Hospitals lose access to patient records. News channels go off air. And as the digital heartbeat fades, so does order. The world's population, 7-8 billion people, suddenly realizes how fragile modern life is. Without the internet, people are cut off from their jobs, their money, their loved ones. Social networks go silent. Emails vanish. AI assistants, once omnipresent, fall mute. Governments scramble to restore control. But even emergency protocols fail. Many countries discover their entire security systems rely on encrypted cloud infrastructure, now inaccessible. Rumors spread faster than truth through word of mouth, not media. People panic, riot, hoard supplies. Some see opportunity, others see the end. Fear becomes the language of the day. And in fear, society forgets patience, reason, and restraint. The global economy was never built to survive without the web. E-commerce, logistics, digital banking, global shipping, all run on code. Without it, ships wait endlessly at ports with no manifests. Truck drivers can't receive routes. Factories halt production. Supermarket shelves empty. Fuel supply chains collapse. The invisible web that once united Earth now strangles it. Within a week, currencies crumble. Bitcoin, stocks, savings, gone. The cashless world is left cashless indeed. Street markets erupt as barter systems revive. Gold and silver regain a quiet prominence. Survival becomes a matter of adaptability, not wealth. The loss of the internet means the loss of instant communication. Governments attempt to revive old systems, radio, landlines, even postal services. Military bases dust off analog equipment from the 1,970 seconds. Shortwave radio becomes the new internet, but only for those who know how to use it. Families separated by borders can no longer reach each other. A mother in London doesn't know her son's alive in Tokyo. A doctor in Brazil can't share critical medical research with peers in Germany. The world feels vast again, painfully vast. Letters take weeks to arrive. Messages are precious. Trust is earned slowly, through effort, not instant connectivity. For a generation raised on connection, silence becomes unbearable. Anxiety spreads faster than any virus ever did. Teenagers experience digital withdrawal. Influencers vanish overnight. Celebrities become irrelevant. Without constant validation, people confront themselves, and many don't like what they find. Therapists can't reach patients. Online learning disappears. The collective human mind, once synced through feeds, trends, and memes, fractures into billions of isolated thoughts. The loneliness is deafening. The human need for attention and interaction is raw and urgent. Communities splinter. Friendships fracture under the weight of forced disconnection. Yet, some find clarity. Some embrace silence, discovering creativity and introspection buried beneath endless scrolling. As panic spreads, power shifts. Governments fight to maintain order, but without digital tools, coordination collapses. Authoritarian states tighten control, using military force to suppress riots. Democracies struggle to maintain transparency. Old methods return: printed newspapers, community messengers, and loudspeakers on city streets. The world's balance of power tilts dangerously. Nations that once ruled the digital age now crumble, while others with strong analog infrastructures rise again. The new war is no longer about data, it's about survival. In this vacuum of information, old alliances fade and new ones form. Borders are tested, cities barricade themselves. Every resource, food, water, fuel, becomes a matter of strategic importance. The internet wasn't just convenience, it was memory. Decades of research, history, art, and human experience stored in digital vaults lost. Servers that once held humanity's collective intelligence now sit dead, silent, and useless. Books regain power. Libraries become sacred again. But even then, knowledge is fragmented. Generations of scholars realize how little they preserved in the physical world. In one stroke, the human race returns to an era of rediscovery, rebuilding what it already once knew. Scientists must start over, experimenting anew. Doctors rely on handwritten journals. Engineers reconstruct from memory. Humanity learns the value of redundancy: analog backups, physical archives, and spoken knowledge. As weeks turn to months, the shock gives way to adaptation. People rediscover local communities. Farmers' markets replace e-commerce. Handwritten letters become precious again. Artists paint. Musicians perform live. Because in the end, perhaps the internet was never about the world, but about understanding ourselves. Maybe the real danger isn't losing the internet, it's realizing how lost we are without it. If the internet disappeared forever, what's the one thing you'd miss the most? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-bending what-if files.